There are tracks on this record that I like. I like the song Fort Collins, which is a story track about this moment during the Knock Madness tour when the fame and the pressure were really just barreling down on Hobson, and he decided to just completely skip out on this live show. And I love how they incorporate Dizzy right on this track, where he sort of comes in to tell his side of the story, which I thought was really smart and a great artistic move. And even though the song Crown Me came through with some pretty lowbrow punchlines, I thought the hook was catchy. Give me that crown! And the speedy flow on this track was pretty impressive too. I think sometimes Hobson's passion and his abilities occasionally come together in a really great way and captivate me, even if just for a short while on this project. And that's about it for highlights for me on this record. Going deeper into the album, we have some cuts that I think are not really that great, aren't really that terrible, they're merely passable, like the intro cut, like the song Forever Ill, or the song Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones and me. I wish it was actually that song. I wish. A bunch of tracks where Hobson is just generally braggadocious and is focusing on his rap skills, his flow skills, and is just kind of focusing on rap music and his career as a rapper. But once he starts delving into philosophically deeper topics, that's when this record really starts to fall apart. And this is just like a laundry list of tracks. The song No Hope, where essentially Hobson is coming onto this track, and this song is just like a bitter fuck you to everybody who didn't help him early on, and now that he's successful, are coming out to just sort of look for a handout. And while I do sort of understand his position, I understand his point of view on this track, he comes off so nasty and unhappy to the point where it doesn't really seem like he's enjoying his victory. And even though these people didn't really help him early on, and he is successful now, he still hates them for not helping him, even though he's now in a position where he is benefiting from his talents. And it just seems like he's still angry at these people for no reason. So Hobson uses this track to lecture these people, and he invites the audience in on this lecture, like, hey, come here, look at this, I'm telling all these people how crap they were when I was trying to get my hip-hop mogul shit going. We have the song Ill Mind of Hobson 7, which doesn't have one of the worst instrumentals on the record, but lyrically, this song is like just a religious temper tantrum. He hates religion, he loves religion, religion is hypocritical, religion is this, religion is that, blah, 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 blah. Listening to this song is like listening to somebody talk who started a YouTube channel yesterday because they just found out what atheism is. The song My Love is maybe the hardest I've had to pay attention to a love song in a long time. And Hobson's sung bars on this track are really just not pleasurable, not even for a second. The song FV Till I Die is essentially like this banger anthem to Hobson's come up with this Funk Volume label, which he helped found. And if you're not invested in Hobson's personal story or in Funk Volume as a label, then you're probably not going to care about this track. I know I don't. Certainly since it has one of the weakest hooks on the entire record, which is just super distant, super drenched in reverb, it might as well not even be there. And the song Ramona is indicative to the, I don't know, either the hatred or fear that Hobson has of women, which was pretty clear from his last record, where he essentially spends the entire song just propping up this effigy of a crazy, sex-crazed groupie so he can just kind of knock it down. And then we have the song Fly, where Hobson delivers easily some of his most cringe-worthy nuggets of wisdom on the entire record. And what's funny is that the very end of this track features this like long, ugly, just completely unlistenable vocal bridge, which sounds like it's just a combination of being pitch shifted and auto-tuned, and it just is terrible. It's a terrible vocal, like nothing good about the way this... It's like listening to auto-tuned dying animals. And this part of this song, now you have to think about this. This part of this song is something that Hobson actually tried to do. He worked on this. Meanwhile, The skit on this record, No Words, is essentially a moment where he's kind of just, jerking off, saying that anybody can do this, like, young thug shit, this future shit. These guys are retarded, and there's not even words in their songs. I can do this shit. Let me show you. And he does it. He does perform in the way that Young Thug and in the way that Future does on this skit. And this is the song he wasn't trying on. This is the song he was fooling around on. And musically and just, I don't know, aesthetically, it's more enjoyable than Fly. It's more enjoyable than half the songs on this record that he tried on. So your joke song is better than most of your real songs on your album here. That's not good. Not a good look. Not a good look. And the song I Just Can't is a banger. It's the closer track on this record, and it's hard-hitting. It's not really a bad tune, but I just think it's a really fitting title, because by the end of the record, I Just Can't is actually a really appropriate description of how I feel. I didn't like Hobson's last record, didn't like Raw, don't like this album either. But I think it's on this album something finally clicked. It just clicked to me what is going on with me and Hobson, where sort of the disconnect is. And I think Hobson has a ton of ability when it comes to taking a subject matter and lyrically being able to stretch it out for the duration of an entire song, just really being able to focus on a topic. He also